is up, everybody? Matt here, back again with another video for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 14th album by the Rolling Stones, Some Girls. It was recorded in 1977 and 1978, and it was released on June 9th of 1978. It was the first, and so far only, Stones album to be nominated for Album of the Year by the Grammys. It produced the singles Miss You, Beast of Burden, Respectable, and Shattered. This album served as a comeback for the band, as they hadn't had a hit since their album Exile on Main Street. At the time, music was rapidly changing with punk and disco. Instead of being burdened by this, the Rolling Stones embraced it and actually took their perspective on these styles of music. So you get this kind of cool Stones versions of disco and punk on this particular album. It's very, very cool. Mick Jagger said that this album is heavily influenced by the music scenes that were going on in New York and Paris at the time. Even more new sound was injected on this record because it's the first one with Ronnie Wood. Him and Keith Richards, you can hear it on this album and every album since it. It's just like peanut butter and jelly. They work so well together. Ronnie Wood would introduce the slide guitar into the albums, as well as a bunch of other crazy instruments. It's amazing that this album even ever got made, because at the time, Keith Richards was dealing with his heroin bust in Canada from 1977. And that was pretty scary, because they were pretty much assuming he was going to go to jail, but luckily he got out of it. One of the great rock and roll stories associated with that. But yeah, very scary at the time. Didn't even know if the Stones were even going to continue after that. This album was recorded at EMI Studio in Paris, France. While there, they recorded around 50 songs. Whatever didn't end up on this album would eventually be reworked and released on other albums as well. The iconic cover was done by Peter Corsten. Originally, the cover included female celebrities such as Lucille Ball, Farrah Fawcett, Judy Garland, and Marilyn Monroe. However, they used their images without their consent, so the women, and in some cases their estates, filed suit against the Rolling Stones and sued them. As a result, this album has multiple covers. There was one celebrity who they kept on here no matter what, and that was George Harrison. Mick Jagger would actually run into Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland's daughter, at Studio 54 and actually personally apologize to her. This album was released and was just an absolute mega hit. All the singles became classics, and it was just a monster album when it came out. The track list for this album, absolutely legendary. Miss You, When the Whip Comes Down, Just My Imagination, Some Girls, Lies, Faraway Eyes, Respectable, Before They Make Me Run, Beast of Burden, and Shattered. If you got the 8-track, you actually got some extended versions of some of these songs, and then some of the other songs were shortened, so pretty interesting if you got the 8-track there. This album would also spawn the concert film Some Girls Live in Texas, 1978. It was actually shot in 78, but it wasn't released until 2001. Why exactly, I don't know, but if you get a chance to see it, it's actually pretty cool. It's shot in 16mm, looks like an old school grindhouse film. It's just really cool, so I definitely recommend that concert movie as well. There's a reason people consider this one of the greatest albums of all time. It's so incredibly good, and I think every time I put it on, the walls just rattle, you know? It's just like, you have to play this album loud. It's so good. Just one other thing, and something that I'm not sure if it actually happened or not, but it's just like one of those personal things I feel I need to talk about. I remember being really little, like easily one of my first memories, sitting in the living room of my house and my dad putting on some music, and I think Shattered was the first Rolling Stones song I ever heard. Years later, I heard the song, and it just kind of brought this memory back, this really kind of fuzzy, you know, cloudy memory. I'm not sure if it actually happened, but, I mean, what a song to, you know, get introduced to the Stones to it at such an early age. This is a fantastic album. If you ever see it, pick it up if you don't have it. There's tons of different versions of them with bonus tracks and things like that, but yeah, definitely dig my vinyl copy. I really dig it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I will see you guys next time.